Good morning, friends. I hope everyone is doing well. I request everyone to watch my videos in a sequence for better understanding. In this video, I want to discuss various addressing modes. This concept is very important for the students who are preparing for the university exams and for the placements and also for competitive exams like GATE, UGC NET, etc. So I request everyone to watch this video with more concentration. Now let me discuss what is an addressing mode. The addressing mode specifies the how you are specifying the operand. Any instruction will consist of three parts. One is the instruction mode, operand and opcode. The instruction mode will tell what kind of addressing mode you are using in the instruction. The opcode will tell what operation you want to perform, and the operands will tell on which operands you want to perform the instruction. Now simple example for the instruction is add a comma b. Here the add is the opcode and a and b are the operands. So now you can give these operands in multiple ways. You can give the value of the operand directly in the instruction, that comes in one category of the addressing mode. If you specify the address of the operand, will come into the another category of addressing mode. If you specify the indirect address, instead of specifying the address of the operand where the value is there, instead of telling directly, if you tell indirectly, that comes in another category. So based on the how you are specifying the address of the operand, it will come into the various categories. Now let me discuss about various types of addressing modes. Totally we have 10 types of addressing modes. One is implied addressing mode, immediate addressing mode, we have direct addressing mode, indirect addressing mode, register direct addressing mode, register indirect addressing mode, auto increment or auto decrement addressing mode, we have relative addressing mode, we have base addressing mode, and we have indexed addressing mode. So totally we have 10 types. So let me discuss each one in detail. Now the implied addressing mode does not specify the address of the operand in the instruction. Okay. So then you can ask me, sir, if you are saying that instruction mode will tell the how the or the addressing mode will tell the how the address of the operand is telling. But if you say that implied addressing mode does not specify the address of the operand, then how it will be? The examples for the instructions which will follow the implied mode is INC, and we have CMA and CLA. As in the earlier video I have discussed, we have special purpose registers like accumulator, program counter, instruction register, and we have address register, so on. Now what is the purpose of accumulator register? It will store the temporary results, or even if you want to perform the one address instructions, then we will use the accumulator. Now these three instructions will be performed on the accumulator. Are we specifying the operand here? We are not specifying the operand, so that's why we will call it as an implied mode of instruction. Okay. Now what is the meaning of this one? INC meaning is that you are incrementing the value which is there in the accumulator. Let's take that accumulator is having the value 5. Then if you execute this INC on the accumulator, then the value will become 6. What is CMA means? Complement the accumulator, means whatever the content is there in the accumulator, you are performing the complement. And CLA is clear the accumulator. If some value is there, it will become 0 in the accumulator. So these kind of instructions will come into the category called implied addressing mode. Now let me discuss about the immediate addressing mode. Okay, in immediate addressing mode, you will specify the value of the operand directly. Is it clear? You are specifying the value of the operand directly instead of specifying the b here. Is it clear? Instead of specifying b, I am giving the what is the value which is there in the b directly. Then what will happen? A is equal to a plus 5 will be performed here. So this is very easy. I no need to access the operand b where it is and what is the value it is there. All these things I no need to do. Directly value is there, I have to perform the addition. So this kind of category we will call it as a immediate addressing mode. So you will have in the immediate addressing mode instead of giving the operand address, we will give the operand value directly in the instruction. Now what is a direct addressing mode? In direct addressing mode, let's take that we have a memory. Okay, in a memory, the value A is stored. So this is some address location 0, 1, 2, 3, some addressing locations are there. Okay, now you want to perform add A comma B. Let's take that here like that I have mentioned. Okay, just to specify that it is address of A and address of B is given here. Now A is located here and B is located here. So first you need to go to the corresponding address. What is the value is there, you have to fetch it, and you have to go to the address location of B and you have to fetch what is the value is there. Both of them you have to perform the addition. So here it specifies the address of the operand directly, because what is the address of the operand A will be specified, you will go and fetch the value. Similarly, it will specify the address of the operand B from the main memory, you will go and fetch it and you will perform the execution. Okay, so this is about the direct addressing mode. What is an indirect addressing mode? Now remember one thing. Let's take that same in memory. Okay, the value, let's take that here they have given as add A comma some add B, like that they have given, and it is an indirect addressing mode. So A's address as given as 2. So you will go to the address location 2. Okay, let's take that it having the value 10. Previously in the direct addressing mode, you would have fetched the 10. Excuse me. You will fetch the value 10 and you would perform the execution. But here the value 10 is not the actual value. It is the address of the operand A. So you will go to the address location 10, whatever the value is there. Let's take that it is having value 6. So 6 will come here. So it is an indirect addressing mode. Suppose let's take that Ravi and Raju is there. Okay. Now you know that Ravi and Raju are friends. If you know that Ravi's phone numbers and if you want to ask the Raju phone number, let's take that you are some X. You come to know that Ravi and Raju are friends. You have only Ravi phone number and you want to contact the Raju, but however you don't have Raju phone number. Then what you will do? First you will call the Ravi and ask the Raju's phone number. He will give the Raju's phone number. Then you will contact the Raju. So similarly here it will specify some address. So you will go to that address location in the main memory, and whatever the value is there, it is not the value. It is the address of the actual address of the operand A. So let's take that in the address location 10, if you have value 6, then you want to perform the A value as 6 here. Is it clear? So that is about the indirect addressing mode. The best example is the pointers concept in the C programming language. Okay. So now we will discuss about the register addressing mode. In the register addressing mode, you will specify the register address. Is it clear? We have general purpose registers. So you will specify the address of the registers in an instruction. Okay, so address of the register R1 and address of the register R2 will be given. So you will go to the corresponding address, means corresponding register, and whatever the value is there, you will fetch it and you will perform the instruction. Then you can ask me, what is the difference between register addressing mode and direct addressing mode? Here it specifies the address of the register, and whereas direct addressing mode, it will specify the address of the main memory. Then you can ask me, which is better? The register addressing mode is better. How it is better? Let's take that you have 16 registers are there. If you have 16 registers, to identify one of the registers, you need 4-bit address. Am I right or wrong? If you have 1 MB or 1 M words are there, okay, 1 mega words are there, then in the main memory, then how many bits are required? 20 bits are required. Am I right? To identify one of the word, because 2 power 20 is 1 mega words. So you need 20-bit address to identify one of the word in the main memory. Whereas here you can do it by using the 4 bits, but whereas here you have to access 20 bits. So the address size is increasing in the main memory, whereas in the registers the addresses space is reducing. With the 4 bits only you can fetch the, or you can identify one of the register. So that's why register addressing mode is better as compared to the direct addressing mode. Okay. Now we will discuss about the register indirect address. What is the register indirect address is, you will specify the opcode and you will perform you will write that R1 and then let's take that you have written R2. Now here you are not giving the direct address of the register R1. You will give some address. Okay, suppose let's take that it is 2. Okay, now you will go to the register which is R1, which is having the bit 2. Is it clear? So 4 bits are there. Let's take 16 registers are there. You have given value as 0010. Meaning is that you are going for the register R2. Okay, let's take that this is value is 2 here. Okay, so register R1 is going. Then let's take that register R1 is having the some value 6. Then you will go to the address location 6 in the main memory. Are you able to understand? Whereas in the register direct addressing mode, you are specifying the address of the register directly. Whereas here, you are specifying the register address. However, you will go to the content of the register R1. Let's take that register R1 is having the value 6. Then you will go to the address location of 6 in the main memory. Then let's take that it is having value 10. Then meaning is that here the 10 value will come. Is it clear? So it is similarly like an indirect addressing mode, whereas there you are giving the address of that operand, here you are giving the address of the register. Is it clear? That is the only difference between indirect and register indirect. Okay. Now let me discuss about the auto increment and auto decrement addressing mode. Okay. The auto increment and auto decrement addressing mode is, suppose let's take that I have written add, okay, A1 comma A2 some plus like that I have written. Okay. Now here A1 is, let's take that is a direct addressing mode, meaning is that it has given the direct address. Okay. And here this is also in direct addressing mode with an increment operator is there. Then how it will be performed? Now A1 is equal to, you will go and fetch the value which is there in the address A1. Meaning is that you are going to the main memory with a value which is there in the A1. So whatever the value which will be there, let's take that this is 2 is there. So you will go to the address location 2 in the main memory. Whatever the value is there will come here. Let's take that in address location 2 you have a value 6. So that will come here. Plus M of A2 will be happen. Meaning is that this is also a direct addressing mode. So you will go to the address location of the main memory with M of A2. That is what the same way it will happen. Then what is the meaning of this plus? It is an auto increment. Once you have performed like this, then automatically increment will be happen. Let's take that the address of this one is 2, address of this one is 10. Next time when you are performing the instruction, this value will become 11 automatically. Are you able to understand? It is a post increment. Whereas if I specify plus A2, then meaning is that it is a pre-increment. Are you able to understand? It can be increment, can be a post increment or pre-increment. So if it is a A2 plus if you written, then first you will go and fetch the value which is there in the address location A2, then the value of this plus will be incremented, means this address will become 11 in our example. If it is a pre-increment, then what will happen? First it will be incremented, then it will go and fetch the instruction. Suppose let's say that it is 10 here, then it will become 11. In the address location 11, whatever the value is there, that value will be fetched. Let's take that it is having some 16 is there, that value will be fetched. Are you able to understand? So that is about the auto increment. In place of increment, if you mention the decrement, then it will act as an auto decrement, like post decrement and pre decrement. Then where it will be useful for us? In a loops, whenever you want to perform the increment or decrements, these addressing modes will be useful for us. Okay. Now we will discuss about the next three addressing modes. One is the relative addressing mode, indexed addressing mode, and base addressing mode. These three addressing modes, we will call it as displacement addressing modes. Okay. Now we will discuss them in detail. Let's take that you have mentioned add, which is an opcode, and you have some A2, and you are mentioning some opcode here. Let's take it some opcode value you have given here. Now what will happen? You will go to the address location. What is the A2 is there? Suppose its value is some 2. So you will take the 2 and you will perform the addition with the 2 plus 5. So it will become 7. So instead of going to the address location 2, now you will go to the address location 7. Are you able to understand? Same as like block number and block offset. First you will get the block number and then you will add it with the block offset. Similarly here, first you will get the value whatever it is, the address. Then for that address you will add the offset. So this value, whatever the result you will get, to that address location you will go, and whatever the value is there in that address location, that will come here. Suppose if it is 21, that value will come here. Are you able to understand? So this is what about the displacement addressing mode. Now what is about the relative addressing mode? If in place of this A2, if you give the program counter, then this addressing mode we will call it as a relative addressing mode. In place of this A2, if you mention the program counter, that addressing mode we will call it as a relative addressing mode. But remaining concept is same. Offset will be there. So whatever the value is there in the program counter, for that value you will add this offset and you will go to the particular location, and whatever the value is there, that you will fetch it. Now what is about the indexed addressing mode? In place of A2, if you have a instruction register, that addressing mode we will call it as an indexed addressing mode. Remaining thing is same. Now what is the base addressing mode? In place of instruction register or program counter, if you have a base register, then we will call it as a base addressing mode. So same concept will be applied for the relative addressing mode, indexed addressing mode, base addressing mode. All these three categories will call it as a displacement addressing mode. So you will have an address and you will have the offset. So these two values you will perform addition and you will go to the particular location of the main memory and fetch the value. So if it is a program counter is there, then we will call it as a relative addressing mode. If you have an index register, we will call it as a indexed addressing mode. If you have a base register, then we will call it as a base addressing mode. Then you can ask me where these addressing modes will be useful. Whenever you want to fetch an element from the array, then it will be useful. How? Suppose if you want to, in an array, if you want to fetch the A of some 2, then how you will give? You will give the base address of A and then this 2 into, am I right, the size of this array. If it is an integer, then the size of an integer you will multiply, to that you will have the base address. So this is, here it is a displacement. It's not displacement, it is an offset here. Are you able to understand it or not? So if you want to fetch the element which is there in the A2, means array name is A and 2 is the index, then the base address of the array will be performed addition with the value 2 and the size of the array here. The size of the array means if it is an integer array, the size of the integer will be performed addition. So this is the example for the displacement addressing mode. So I hope you have understood various addressing modes. If you have any doubts related to any one of the addressing mode, you feel free to ask it in the comment section. I will clear your doubts in less than 24 hours. Thank you for watching my videos. Have a nice day.